Hello, everybody. It is Monday, April 6th. Um, and in recent news, the World Health Organization now suggests that people wear masks when they leave the house. For a long time, they were saying that it wasn't necessary and they didn't want us to use up masks that needed to go to doctors and nurses. But people are getting very creative and making their own homemade masks. So the World Health Organization says that we should be wearing those when we go out. I have a friend who is awesome, who is making some for my family. So we will be equipped for the outside world fairly soon. The other big thing that I've been hearing today is that the next 2 weeks are supposed to be very hard. Um, we're expecting a death rate peak in the next 2 weeks. So people are being encouraged to not even get groceries if you don't really need them. Just stay home. So that's probably what we will do. I think we have enough food to last for the next 2 weeks. And then hopefully after that, we'll have our masks, and because it'll have been quite some time since either my husband or I have had any cold symptoms, hopefully, I will feel better about going out into the world, at least to get groceries and maybe hitting up the pharmacy. That prospect is incredibly exciting to me at the moment. Today, when I brought my laptop down to the office from sitting upstairs with my family, I was filled with this intense feeling of loneliness and dread. I hate being cooped up. I get cabin fever, and it starts to make me feel a little nutty. So there have been two other times in my life that I can think of where I wasn't able to leave. One was my family actually got swine flu in 2009, which was awful. That was the most sick any of us had ever been. We were all sick. We couldn't do anything. I could barely even move. My parents came and visited and took us to the doctor and brought us tea and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, it was really bad. And I couldn't, leave the house or do anything. And it really bummed me out. And the other time that I remember was when my son was, I think, 3 weeks old, and he got a respiratory virus, and I was breastfeeding. So I was in the hospital with him, I think, for 2 weeks. And I really was going stir crazy. I would just kind of wander around the hospital halls at night and or like wander outside just to like breathe outside air for a moment. That was really hard. Those two incidents, though, were a couple weeks long each. So far, I have been in my house for this will be the 4th week. So I also really like people. I like seeing people. This sounds really sad, but I was standing on my back porch just kind of watching the rain earlier this afternoon, and I saw my neighbors across the way who I almost never see. And they were taking out the trash and getting ready to go somewhere in their car. And I don't know them at all. And I stood there wondering if I should call out to them and waiting to see if one of them would turn around and make eye contact so I could even wave. And they didn't, and it made me really sad. So, now the good thing for me personally, in a way, is that I have a lot of experience at this point in my life with mental health issues, and I am much better than I used to be at seeing when things are starting to go bad with my brain. And that gives me a chance to take some interventions. So, my doctor says that the things that you need to help your mental health the most are exercise, socialization, something grounding, like his examples are Qigong or meditation or yoga, a sense of purpose, and cognitive behavioral therapy. The other things I know for my self-help are control over my interior environment, which right now our house is a big mess, and also the back office. We recently painted it this beautiful color, but I have not set up any of the furniture and stuff back here that I want to do. So that's a thing I could work on. Making stuff helps me. And getting outside in nature is also helpful. So with all those things in mind, I am going to start focusing on one of them each week. This week, I'm focusing on exercise. And I was going to go for a walk earlier, but it was pouring rain. But I did a little while ago buy a jump rope. So I tried that. And it was, first of all, much more tiring than I was expecting. But also, it felt good. I definitely got the exercise juices flowing in my body and my brain, and the jump roping itself is kind of cool because it takes a certain amount of focus, and it's challenging enough that it'll take some practice, but also I was still able to do some. I don't know how many times I was able to jump in a row, 11, 12. But I was able to do it, and so that was affirming. So that's the new plan. I'm going to work in some exercise every day this week and try to meet this challenge head on. So, you can play along if you want. You can try to exercise every day this week. I'm also curious, what other things help you feel good. Can let me know in the comments. And yeah, have a good week. Good luck.